and for their loyalty and trust. All of us, my colleagues on the Board of Management and I, are well aware of what this company owes to its team. Ladies and gentlemen, all of this gives good reason to conclude that Volkswagen is far more than crisis. But we can nonetheless hardly avoid saying that the current situation demands everything of us in every respect, including financially. In fiscal 2015, the diesel issue generated a negative financial impact of a magnitude never before seen at Volkswagen. The resulting exceptional charges recognized in our operating result add up to 16.2 billion euro. This figure includes all known repercussions, particularly the provisions recognized for pending technical modifications, customer-related measures, and the global legal risks. Our operating business was not strong enough to cover this enormous burden. As a consequence, we are reporting a negative operating result and a group loss for 2015. That is very painful, because it negates the success of an entire fiscal year that would otherwise have gone down in our annals as another good year. Because ultimately, the harm was the fault of our company itself, and because the cause of the problem contradicts everything Volkswagen and its people stand for and work to achieve on a day-by-day basis, for outstanding, safe and environmentally friendly products that deliver on what they promise. The good news is that the Volkswagen Group is robust enough to withstand this financial special influences. We have a strong financial basis. In 2015, the net liquidity of the automotive division increased by nearly 40% to 24.5 billion. Frank Witte will discuss the financial aspects in more detail in a few moments. For my part, I would like to explain to you where we stand in overcoming this beyond the financial issues already described. And I would like to outline how far we have come in realigning the group, an endeavor we embarked upon regardless of the crisis to create the conditions for Volkswagen to keep growing successfully on a sustainable basis. You may remember that last October I presented to you the 5 points that are in the foreground of our efforts. Those 5 points continue to form our agenda, and we are doing all that we can to make progress as quickly as possible, but also to proceed with the requisite caution. Our first priority is to assist the affected customers by offering convincing technical solutions. This will remain our most important task until the very last vehicle has been put in order. I admit that we are not as far as we would like to be in this. We have developed a detailed plan for the measures necessary in Germany and, as a result, in Europe, and have mobilized the necessary resources. And as planned, we were able to start the refit campaign in Germany in January with the Amarok. But there has been an unexpected delay in the further rollout of the plan. While we are making progress with Audi and Seat, we are still working at full speed to develop a final solution for the Volkswagen Passat. We may, however, give priority to another model. The decision on this actually was made this morning by the German Federal Motor Transport Authority, so we actually can start the refit campaign for the Golf immediately. In the US, the outline settlement reached last Thursday represents a major step forward in resolving the diesel issue and the associated legal disputes, as well as in our efforts to provide the affected customers with technical solutions. Please understand, however, that we cannot provide any further information on the specifics. The court has ordered all parties to maintain strict confidentiality. We will comply with that. We have a good bit of work ahead of us. Working out the details will involve time, care, and strict confidentiality. As regards our second priority, an exhaustive investigation into the events in question, we presented the results of our internal audit to you last December. More recently, we issued a statement on the status of the external investigation by Jones Day, commissioned by our supervisory board. The statement was issued last week. The investigation is already far advanced. Based on the current assessment, Jones Day expect the investigation to conclude in the fourth quarter of 2015. As you know, we had originally announced that the interim results would be published this month. To our regret, our legal counsels have strongly advised against such a disclosure. We explained the reasons for this last week as well. Disclosure of interim results at this point in time would present unacceptable risks for Volkswagen, especially in view of the situation in the US and the ongoing talks there. Consequently, I have no other option but to ask once again for your understanding. At the same time, I would like to assure you that despite comments to the contrary, nothing is being hushed up or concealed at Volkswagen. We ourselves have the closest interest in learning everything about both the causes and the responsibilities in this matter. That is the only way we can learn the appropriate lessons from this, and the only way we can ensure that nothing like this will ever happen at Volkswagen again. In terms of making progress with points 3 to 5 on our list of priorities, that lies, as opposed to the first 2 points, entirely in our own hands. These issues are not directly connected with the diesel issue and are a matter of the realignment of the Volkswagen Group, its structures, its mindset, and our strategic objectives. I will go into more detail on this in the second part of my speech. But I can say as much here. With the new leadership team in place, we are working full steam ahead to decentralize our structures and make our processes more efficient. Our goal remains to have implemented all facets of the new structure by the start of 2017. With reference to the new mindset, we have implemented numerous individual changes aimed at revamping our leadership culture and have initiated a discussion process enabling employees at all levels to engage in defining the values that will guide the company's actions in future. Development of our strategy 2025 is also making good progress. We are working within the group hand in hand with the brands to be able to offer compelling solutions to the great challenges of the future by mid-year. as announced. To conclude, I can say that we will not be deterred from completing any of these 5 core tasks. We are making gradual progress in dealing with the diesel issue, the emissions issue, and we are positioning ourselves for the future. And now I would like to hand over to Frank Witter, who will now discuss the figures for fiscal 2015 in detail.